All right, so we're gonna hop right into it, you guys. Welcome back to my channel. So here I'm just showing you guys this green, I guess, whatever I had in my nail bed. I used this Young Nails Protein Bond on the last set that I used, and that's the only thing I changed in my routine. And when I took my nails off, my nails is green under some of them. So I recommend not using it if you have thin nail beds or something. But today we're going to use the Jelly Tips Coffin Short. I was so excited that Kiara Sky finally made short nail tips for the Jelly Tips. I got the Almond Short and the Coffin Short. Those are almond is my favorite nail shape, and then square is my second favorite. But I decided to get Coffin Short just to change it up a little bit. And for this set, I'm going to use the Coffin Short. I'm showing you guys that the new Jelly Tips, they have a KS etched into them. That's new for the Jelly Tips. That's not in the old set of the Jelly Tips. So you want to make sure you etch that off, as well as the number that's at the top of the nail tips. So I am going to use the Kiara Sky drill, as I usually use, to etch the underside of the Kiara Sky Jelly Tips. I will say that the new short tips feel a little bit sturdier than the original ones. I'm going to use the Typhoon medium bit to etch the inside. And we are just going to make sure you pick out and size the tips to each nail. Each nail should have a different size. You want to lay them out so you don't mix them up. That's what I do. And then you want to go ahead on a low speed. I recommend a low speed because if you go past like a 4 or 5 RPM, the drill bit will slip off the nail tip and will go around the nail and end up scratching the top side of the nail, which it honestly doesn't matter, but you don't want that to mess up the edge of the wall. So you just want to go in with the low speed. Make sure you have the jelly tip held in your hand firmly. That way you can control the tip and the drill bit at the same time. And you want to make sure you just etch under the whole side of the gel tip, or just the area of the nail bed, depending on what type of set you're going to do. And that's just what I'm doing here. I'm showing you guys how I exactly etch under the nail tip. Get that KS from underneath that nail tip, and then you want to go up towards the top and then etch out the number as well. Do this for all 10 tips. Now that you've etched all 10 tips, it is time to start your prepping for your nail beds. Here I'm just showing you guys that I etched the whole tip because you want to etch out the number as well as a KS at the bottom of the tip. So you want to start with the Kiara Sky Jelly Tips set. Their number 1 is your prep. So you want to put the prep on all 10 fingers, all on your nail bed. And just be careful not to get it into your skin. Next, after your prep, is number 2 is the primer. And the jelly tip kit, all of the bottles are numbered. So you look at the numbers so you don't get mixed up on which one is first or which one's second. It's prep then prime. Now you want to go through and prime all 10 nails just as you did with prepping. Try not to get the liquid in your skin, in your cuticle bed. So next, after you have prepped and primed, you want to start with the gel process. The builder gel is number 3. You want to put a thin layer on each nail bed and then cure that for 30 seconds. This is your step before putting gel on the Kiara Sky Jelly Tips. You want to put that thin layer on your actual nail bed and then cure for 30 seconds. I personally like to do one hand first before I do the other hand. I will put the gel on my natural nails and then put the tips on that same hand. I won't put gel on the other hand and cure it, because then while you're working on putting the tips on, you can end up getting lint stuck in the gel that's on your natural nails because it has a sticky layer. So you want to, I recommend working one hand before the other. So now that you have your tips on, my tip when putting your gel on the actual tips is doing a thin layer on the tips before you press it in as well and cure it. That I found that's the best way to not have a bunch of gel buildup. Here I'm just showing you guys this nail clipping tool that I got off of Amazon. It comes with this rotating head that has different blocks on them that sizes your tips. So I found it very useful. I was able to choose one block and my tips cut out all the same size. So I didn't have to eyeball like I usually do. So I will leave a link down below to that nail clipper. So once you've done clipping, sizing, and filing, well, shaping your tips to the way you like them, next is to, you can either file or use your drill to take the top layer off of the Kiara Sky Gelly tips. You can do this before you use your gel color. So a tip for making your Kiara Sky Gelly tips thicker and sturdier is after you file off the top layer, use another layer of builder gel on top of the jelly tips. That is my tip for this video, to make them sturdier when you're only using color, gel polish color. Sometimes the Kiara Sky Gelly tips can be a little flimsy. So what I do, if I'm going to just use a gel color, I use an extra layer of builder gel on top of the jelly tips before I apply the color. And that gives me an extra little thickness to the jelly tips. And as you can see here, they look very flush and natural to the cuticle out to the end of the nail. So once you've applied that extra layer of gel builder on top of the jelly tips, you want to use a alcohol pad, or put some alcohol on a lint-free wipe and wipe off the tacky layer of the gel. And then you want to file the top of the jelly tip to just even out the surface for any bumps or crevices that might be in the gel. After you've done that, it is time to finally apply your color. I got new gel polishes with the new Kiara Sky line, the all-in-one line. Their colors are amazing. I already have a bunch of dip powder, so I decided to get a couple of gel polishes. And I got 4 of them, and I'm just showing you the colors I got. And the new brushes come with a tapered end, which applies beautifully on the cuticle. It like hugs the cuticle area because the new brushes are rounded off at the end. And these are just 4 colors I got. I wanted some purples in my collection, so that's what I decided to get, 4 purples. And I'm just showing you guys the colors and trying to decide which color I'm going to use for this set. All the colors are really beautiful. I love their all-in-one line. I am trying to get a hang of the acrylic method. So once I figure that out, I will have a video on the acrylic method. I am learning slowly but surely. So once I get that going, I will definitely have a video out for you guys. So here I'm showing you which color I chose, and we are going to go ahead and buff off the top of those nails like I told you earlier. Use the alcohol wipe and then buff off the top of the nail before applying your gel polish. Once you have buffed the top of the jelly tips, it is finally time to apply that polish. So I'm just making sure that my light is set up correctly. I use the Kiara Sky Beyond Pro light. I love that light because it is cable free. It comes with a battery pack so you can charge it and you can use it without it being plugged up. So I love using the Beyond Pro lamp. I really was upset that Kiara Sky finally came out with a teal blue Beyond Pro lamp in drill bit, because that's like my favorite color. I'm not a pink person, but I did get the pink and white for the drill bit in the Beyond Pro because at the time they didn't have the blue. I really wish like we could trade in our ones that we previously bought for like the new blue teal color. The blue teal color is amazing. You guys go to their site and check it out and look at it because that blue color is just awesome. So after you applied your gel polish, I did 2 coats of the purple color I chose. And then I did 1 coat of the Kiara Sky gel top coat. And here I'm just showing you guys the cuticle oil I use. I got this Milk and Honey cuticle oil off of Amazon, and it smells amazing. It is my favorite cuticle oil. Kiara Sky has a Nourish oil as well, which is very well too, but this is my favorite cuticle oil. So I use that on all 10 fingers. You want to use that after any set that you do to bring some moisture back into your cuticle area. And I'm just showing you guys the finished product here. Wipe off all that extra oil off your nail tips, just so they're not super oily. And this is the finished product. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Please subscribe if you haven't already subscribed, and stay tuned for the next video. I thank you guys for all your support. Y'all have a great day.